Okay, so I'm gonna start out with getting gold on the lid. Um, the colors, since it's gold, green, and purple, what I'm gonna end up doing is doing gold on the lid, and purple and green, since they're such bright colors, instead of putting them both together on top of the lid, I'm gonna split them. That way we still complement the sari, but it's a little bit, easier to wear if you're not used to wearing such bright eyeshadow, or, you just are afraid that you might not be able to pull it off or whatever. So the thing with makeup for Indian clothes, or just Indian type makeup in general, it's very bright and it's very heavy. Most of the Indian clothes are very elaborate. There's a lot of jewels and stuff going on, and you would think typically that you would maybe tone down the makeup a little bit since your outfit is so jazzy, but no, it's the opposite. When you're Indian, it reminds me of Jersey a little bit, that everything is just glitzy and glammy, and I mean, jewels just throw up all over you. So I am going to go ahead and start. So I've already got primer on. I'm going to be using Goldmine from MAC. Instead of rubbing on, you're going to pat it on so you get more eyeshadow on the lid. Make sure you concentrate it on the center here. It's the part that hits the light. It's the part that you see more. Now, Goldmine is a very popular color amongst Indians, especially like bridal makeup. Bridal colors are always like gold and red. And so Goldmine is the perfect gold for bridal makeup. And so we're just going to continue packing it on. Okay, so I've got all the gold packed on here. Next, I'm going to add purple. Now, I'm not too sure what kind of purple is on my friend's sari, but what I do know is that plum is a very popular color, and even if it's like a royal purple, a plum kind of royal purple is really bright. So if you feel like doing it, that's fine. It's kind of whatever purple you have. I'm gonna do plum because I think that plum still it's understated. It's a classy color, and it'll still complement whatever purple you're wearing. So I'm going to go with Fig 1 from MAC, and I'm going to pack it onto the outer corners of my eyes. And let me just load my brush up here. Again, don't be shy with the color, and I just want to pack it on there. So the reason that I let the gold go all the way is because my Fig 1 is a matte plum color. If you have a shimmery purple, or a shimmery plum, or something like that that's got a little bit of shimmer in it, you probably want to just stop, just do like 2/3 maybe, and then the last third you want to keep plum. So anyway, the point is that I went the whole way because I'm using a matte color and I kind of want some of that shimmer to show through, so I went all the way. So just packing it on here. And it's okay to have harsh lines right now because we're going to blend. Now, I've used a flat shader brush like this to put the color on. That's just to get the color on, okay? Now I want to use a pencil brush to get that shape on the edge, on the corners here. So I'm just going to load it up with Fig 1. And I'm going to go with the natural line here. Of my eye. So you see the way the bottom part of your eye, the way it curves? We're just going to go with that curve. Just like that. And if, you kind of saw me going this direction with it. That is because it's easier. Your eye will, you know, kind of, your skin catches on your brush. So go towards your eye and you won't have that problem, because otherwise you'll see your brush will kind of skip over your skin and you won't have a smooth line. Okay, and then I'm just going to connect it over here. So I'm going to be using a green kind of tealish liner, and what I'm going to do is line my lower lash line with it. And I want to really get it on there. I know it looks really silly right now, but it'll get there. And don't worry about if you get it too, you know, too much of it under your eyes, because, like, see, this looks like a lot, but remember, every time that you're putting on makeup, you can always fix it. You can always tone it down if you get it too much, you know, everywhere. This is why you do your eye makeup before you do the rest of your other makeup. You can always use makeup remover to fix it, so just don't worry about it. You know, at least just get the makeup on there. It's more important to get the right color than it is to get, you know, the perfect lines and stuff, because you can always fix it. Alright, so what you're going to have now at this point is what looks something like this. And I know this looks really crazy. You're like, oh my god, you can't walk out of the house like this. But that's okay. We haven't blended yet and we haven't cleaned up yet. So I just want you to see the in-between step. So, because a lot of times when people are putting makeup on, when they get to this point, they're like, oh my god, I'm doing it wrong. It doesn't look right. Look at me. Oh my god. Don't worry about it. Okay? So this is where you're at. Now, before you do your highlight, the next thing that we want to do is blend. So you want to take a clean blending brush. I use the 224 from MAC. It looks like this. Can you see that? See that? Okay, just make sure that there is no other eyeshadow on it. If you used it to apply something, you know, just make sure that it's off of there. So we're going to go into windshield wiper motion here, and we're just going to blend that plump. And what you want to do is let it go into this hollow right here. It's going to add depth to your eye. And you want to blend these two colors together very carefully, okay? You don't want to lose any of the color. Okay, so now that I have that top part blended, I'm going to go in with my Mineralize Skin Finish, and you can use any face powder that you have that's in your color, matches your skin tone, and I'm going to go into my brow bone here, and I'm going to finish blending out so that it looks smooth. Okay. Alright, so that's where we're at now. The next thing I want to do is add in the little bits of highlight that I'm going to do. I will be using, I'm going to use Retrospeck. That is one of my favorite highlights, just to add a little sparkle in the inner corners. I'm going to use that same pencil brush. I've cleaned it off, and dip into my Retrospeck. And we're going to go right in the corner there. So there we go. It's just blending on top. Alright. Next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and clean up the bottom of it, since there's so much green, and I wanted to get the color right, and now I can clean up. So, okay guys, so this is what I have after I've cleaned up. I've added a black eyeliner on top, and I winged it out just a little bit to kind of pull the whole look together. I've got the highlight in the corners, and now I'm going to add it. I'm going to do my brows. So we've got just a little bit of that same Retrospeck in the arch. Same thing here. And that just kind of draws the attention up here, kind of brings it out a little bit. You know, the rules of highlighting and contouring. The light color looks like it's coming out at you, and the dark color is sunken in. So then I'm going to do my brows using that same Ardell brow kit that I've been using. I got it at Sally. And just filling in a little bit. Now, you don't need to visibly see what you've done to your brow when you're lining it. It just has to look a little bit dramatic. And the best way I think to apply color to your brows is to stand away from the mirror and see yourself how other people would see you, kind of at a distance and see what it looks like. If you get right up in the mirror and you're like lining away, sometimes it gets a little bit too dramatic. So this also, the other thing is when you get your eyebrows done, now I get mine threaded, and what happens is when you're trying to get that perfect shape, your eyebrow, the hairs don't grow in that perfect shape, and so you take a line out and you want that arch, and just say there's a little bit missing there, but that's what has to be there to make that, if you take another row out just to make that straight line, all of a sudden your eyebrow's really thin. So it's best to fill your eyebrows like this, and it makes them perfect. And you don't have to worry about all those little gaps and stuff that you have in your eye. And this is especially important when you're taking pictures. So, when you're attending a wedding or something, and you take those pictures, your eyebrows will look perfect in that picture. So I'm going to go ahead and contour. I'm using Blunt from MAC. It's a blush. It's kind of a brown color. We'll do that, and we're going to get into that hollow. And you want to go from the line of your ear here and down. And you want to go all the way right there. And you want to blend. See? Now I have hollows. The other place you want to put this is right there. And you want to get underneath. Give yourself a jawline. Okay. And then I'm just going to use Fleur Power from MAC. It's just a rosy pink color. Right on those apples. Now the other thing you want to do is blend that out a little bit. I've got a little too much blush going on here. Alright, and we want to highlight. So blending brush. And I'm going to go into vanilla. And I'm just going to add it right there. Just right there. Vanilla is a great highlight. You don't have to go and actually buy something that's made for highlighting, because you can use your eyeshadows, you can use anything you have, really. And if you want to use something shimmery, you can. It'll just, grab that light and it'll look really nice. I do that sometimes. Now, when I've got this much going on my face, I like to go for a nice nude color, a little bit pinkish, something kind of natural. I'm going to be using Leatherette from Tarina Tarantino. Apply a generous amount. Okay. And then I've got Viva Glam 5. I believe this is the one from when Lady Gaga started up with them. Anyway, it's a nice like nude color. Now typically you would use lip liner and all that, but I haven't been lately. I just think it looks too harsh when I'm doing the nude color. So anyway, this has a little bit of pink in it. So there's your lip gloss, and then I also have this new one that I love to just put a dot of it. It's called Baby Sparks, and it's Dazzle Glass, and so it's got like the glittery pieces and stuff in it. And sometimes it's a little bit too overwhelming for me to put it all over my lips, so I just put a little dot of it right there to catch the light. So that is the finished look. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And Hethel, I hope this helps you prepare for the wedding. And I hope you like it. Let me know if you want me to do anything different. I can certainly prepare a different look for you. Anyway, I guess I will see you guys in my next video. Take care.